A few of my favorite things about trucking would probably be just being out on the road. The fact that I get paid to drive across this country, it's a good fit for me. I like having control over what I do. I've always really enjoyed the road. Whenever I'd go visit friends or family on a road trip, I would get to my destination and not want to stop driving. Falling in love with the road is actually what made me decide to get into trucking because, well, I already love it. Might as well get paid for doing it. My truck is my cozy little apartment on the road. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. I love it. I'm not the personality type to really become resentful out on the road. To avoid overthinking, I've got my podcast, I've got my music. It almost keeps you company in a sense because you always have somebody talking at you. If I'm not listening to anything, there are certain times of the day where I just shut off all the music or the audio in general, I should say, and just drive in silence. Especially if I'm going through big cities, it helps me concentrate to have a silent truck. Being on the road, eating up those miles is actually a really good meditation for me. And sometimes I find that I actually do need to think about things. So I'll shut off my music even if it's an open stretch of road and just think things through, have kind of a meditation going. And I'm usually it improves my mood. I wouldn't say I ever really get resentful being alone all the time. About a year and a half, just under a year and a half, I would say. I've been with GP Transco, so. I knew this is where I wanted to come as soon as I got my 1-year experience, and it was just pretty much, I wanted to jump ship many times. The miles were there, but it was a very stressful job. GP Transco is not stressful for me at all. So I knew this is where I wanted to come 10 months before I could even come over here. What I'd tell somebody that wants to get into the industry, go on YouTube, really. There's a lot of good content creators out there that kind of gives you the goods and the bads about trucking. And try to imagine yourself in a 60 square foot box for 2 to 3 weeks at a time if you're an OTR driver. See if you can live in that small of a space. Some people can't. Some people go crazy and, trucking's not for them. Or maybe they just want a local job where they're, in the truck for 10 hours a day and then they get to hop in their car and go back home. Because if you're not prepared for it, or if you are somebody that needs to be around people all the time, then you're gonna go stir crazy being alone in the truck. But if someone is considering a career out on the road, OTR, you have to make sure you're gonna like that lifestyle. But never be afraid to speak up. If something's not going your way, or you wanna change in how you're ran, reach out to your dispatcher, reach out to their manager, or reach out to pretty much anybody. They'll help you out. And that's all I've ever heard is, the people that want to stay here and that are happy with the company overall, if they're having an issue, it'll be resolved. GP wants to keep their drivers happy. And, that's one of the reasons why I love being here. I see being in this industry, make a full career out of it until I retire. I might buy my own truck in the future, but right now being here, I'm perfectly happy being a company driver at GP. This lifestyle is just perfect for me. I found the best career I could have hoped for.